Hospitals across the country are running low on supplies to fight the virus, but one nursing home in the Tennessee Valley is doing its part to help. They are making masks for people. Our Kenesha Dees has more.
Masks like these are hard to find. However, folks at Heritage Assisted Living and Memory Care are making masks to help doctors.
This is one that we've just pleated and sewed process, and then Liz is holding one with the ties complete.
Registered nurse Liz Ellis started the prototype for these triple-layer cotton masks. She says they took a little time.
Yeah, but then I found out YouTube is my friend.
She and Janie Krause, Betsy Walker are part of an assembly line with residents helping too.
About 15 minutes per mask to sew one together. Everything's already cut.
3 or 4 masks were created when they first started, and the number continued to increase.
We had enough for all of our staff members here to have one, and then we're owned by 7 doctors.
The masks they made were then given to doctors, which will then be given to Huntsville Hospital. So far, they've produced about 60 masks.
That's really good. I mean, we're providing for our staff, plus we're providing for the others in need. So that's just a really good feeling to have.
The CDC says homemade cloth masks should only be used as a last resort and paired with extra protective equipment. This is because the CDC says these masks do not work the same way as an N95 mask or medical mask. But amidst a lot of the bad news lately, the ladies say work like this brings more attention to good things happening.
There's so much negative news that this is a positive thing. Yeah, you don't want to dwell in the negative because then it affects your health. And it gives our residents something to feel like they're helping the community.
And Heritage Assisted Living are also making masks for doctors at Athens Hospital. Putting the Valley first, Kenesha Dees, WZDX News.